He did just eat a whole pound of Skittles.
Speaking of things that are hungry and funny.
We're going to talk about Hulk Hogan?
No, I was thinking of one of my favorite comic strips growing up.
Far Side.
Oh, yeah. That was one of my... Well, it wasn't so much a strip.
Okay. Don't you come at me with Ziggy. I will turn these mics off.
You not a Ziggy fan?
I don't know, Viggy. A Viggy. No, nobody was a Ziggy fan. Except little girls when they were 10 because they had Ziggy posters that they used to buy at the book fair.
This podcast is bereft of humor. No. Think of a comic strip that dealt with a character that was often hungry.
Garfield.
Sure. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
I used to... Did you have to... Because you're a little bit younger than me, but one of my favorite things when I was younger is going to the library where you'd have to check out because you'd have library class. Like you'd have a time when you'd...
Are you saying library or library?
Library. And I used to check out whatever the newest Garfield book was. The little hard copy of it. It had all the comic strips from the year. The funniest things ever.
I used to, you know how you had those like book clubs in grade school? Like every one that came out, we would order the new book of...
Or the book fair, I would buy it.
Sounds like a book unfair.
Buy me my Superman pencil. And
so was Garfield your favorite character of that strip?
Yeah, Garfield was my favorite because he had all the jokes. Because John was just sad. Odie was stupid. And then Nermal was... Was Nermal gay?
Just because he wanted to send him to Abu Dhabi, he's gay.
I don't even remember. I don't even know what that means.
Also, is Nermal a he? Doesn't matter.
That's a good question.
There's one character you're missing that wasn't really a character.
There was John, Odie, the dog, Garfield, Nermal. That was it. Well, didn't John have a wife or girlfriend?
I think at various points.
Was there a mailman?
I don't think the mailman was John's girlfriend.
Hey, it's 2024, dude.
Yeah, but it wasn't written in 2024.
That's true. It could have still been. That would have been a really good 80s TV show.
I would argue that the other character was like a beloved toy of Garfield.
A toy of Garfield?
Not like Garfield as a toy. Like he had a toy. It's probably a teddy bear. It had a name.
Oh my God, it did. Roscoe Pico Train. No, that's from Dukes of Hazzard. Mookie Betts.
Close.
Pookie.
Right.
Was it for real Pookie?
Yeah.
Oh my God, why don't I remember that?
And so this is why, you know, we've been sort of toying with doing this word for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm interested, because we clearly never do any research, of figuring out the sort of etymology of this, because I've always assumed Pookie was like the one thing that Garfield loved when he loved nothing else. Well, other than lasagna. Yeah. And hates Mondays. So anyways, like he had that one thing that he loved, and that was Pookie, his teddy bear. So I'm selfishly, as a Garfield fan, hoping it's from that. The kids are dumb, so they don't read Garfield.
I don't know. Okay, so
probably Heathcliff fans. Fucking heathens.
Oh God, don't even. No.
I was actually a Heathcliff fan.
I was a Heath Bar fan. Heathcliff could take it in the ass.
First of all,
that's like you're coming at me with GoBots, dude.
GoBots were rad too.
Oh my God, we can't. No, we gotta back this up. We can't be going after. We're doing the word Pookie.
Yes,
I can't do it full of hate.
I mean, you're the one that's feeling the hate. I don't feel any hate. GoBots and Heathcliff are rad.
Oh my God,
the Junkyard Cats. Come on,
you just left a bad metal taste in my mouth.
Stop eating the GoBots. Penises.
That's the new band name.
GoBot penises.
Stop eating the GoBot penises. That is awesome.
Oh man, if I had a nickel,
yeah, you'd have more GoBots.
Fuck it, let's do Pookie.
All right, I'm Dan.
And I'm Matt.
Still. GoBot Lover. GoBot Lover. That was a
fucking GoBot Lover. Another good band name. Welcome to Hang Out with Your Slang.
Gotcha. Pookie.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were referring to me as.
Yes. No, you're schnickums.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Ugh. Throat my mouth a little bit. I have a side podcast I'm trying to get going for my author page.
Oh, so you get to start a side podcast, but you've been trying to stop my side podcast this whole time?
You got like 3 of them.
Yeah. I don't have any of them.
All you got to do is start speaking into your microphone.
What I need is a hard drive to save everything onto.
Yeah, those are cheap. You can buy them. Because you don't got no memory.
That's actually storage, not memory.
Oh, you're anti-RAM.
No, I'm not anti-RAM. My computer has RAM. RAM's not the point. You don't store things on RAM. They move through RAM so that you can access them quickly. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
RAM tough. But anyways, I had a guest in here because she's
you had a guest? You had somebody else using my microphone?
No, I made her use that one.
Oh, okay.
She's the model on one of my books. And I just ended our little I just asked her a few questions, but I ended it with her asking what was current right now for words.
Because we're old and we don't know shit.
Yeah, and she's 18, finishing up her senior year right now. And she named off a few which have jumped to the top of our list because they're current. And this was one of them. And at first I was like, "Are you serious?" And she's all, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, how are you using it?" And she used it for
like a love interest. Right?
Yeah, like you're my Pookie. You're like almost like they're making fun of people using it back in the day.
I'm fairly certain my stepmom used to call my dad her Pookie Bear.
Really?
Yeah. That for sure was because of Garfield.
Well, and I grew up like with people calling their
because literally it was Pookie Bear. That's what it was.
True. I grew up with people calling like their pets, like, "Oh, come here, Pookie," like just a nickname. Like my Frenchie has 10 different nicknames.
All of them are stupid.
Not if you use Pookie.
Pookie sounds like what he does before his asshole starts bleeding.
Mm-hmm. That fits.
Oh, did you just Pookie?
I think Baxter did.
Baxter's like, I did not like that poop joke.
And I was like, so I asked her, like, "Is for real?" She's all, "Yeah, it gets used everywhere." She's like, "I use it 10 times a day." Like she'll call her like boyfriends Pookie, or they'll be like they're messing around with their best friends. They'll call them Pookie. She was pretty excited about it.
That would make the first person in the age group that we're sort of mocking to be excited about our podcast.
Mm-hmm. Well, and she was like, "Had you guys done Sigma? Have you guys done Riz?" Because I asked her what's current. Oh no, I asked her about Huzz.
Huzz?
Reese was telling us about Huzz. HUZZ is the new term for hose. Like HOES.
Way to really throw the authorities off.
So I was like, "Do they really use Huzz?" And she's, "Oh my God, she's all just a loser frosted tip, little geek nerds."
So NSYNC calls girls Huzz.
She's like 15-year-old dorks use Huzz. So she apparently knows what we're talking about here.
That's like Huzz instead of hose is like the authorities coming to arrest you because you murdered somebody and you put on a fake mustache.
Isn't there
like it's not even trying to throw anybody off the scent.
There's a movie called that, Hot Huzz, right?
Like, yes, like come up with an entirely different word like ding dong or something, because ho-hos, ding dongs.
Dillywhack.
Or Twinkie.
Twinky's good.
Could be a little confusing because of, twinks, but
back to Pookie though. Have you, I know neither one of us has ever used Pookie, right?
No, I think part of the reason I haven't used it, one, is because I was older before I got into relationships. So I had watched my dad and stepmom use the term so much that it just, how like when you see your parents affectionate towards each other, like that it's what's supposed to happen, but it doesn't. Oh, okay. So how when you've seen other people's parents affectionate towards each other, it's supposed to happen, but it just feels weird in your book.
Okay.
Because at some point they were affectionate towards each other and that's why they exist or why you exist if you have affectionate parents. Yeah. So like it just hit wrong. So I wonder if words in terms like that, like skip a generation, because you wouldn't necessarily use anything your parents use because it would weird you out, but you might use something that your grandparents used because
that makes
they
sense.
would never use it in conversation. So you would find out about it and then find out it was old and be like, well, whatever.
Pookie was always like for us growing up, at least me, was like I don't want to say a joke word. It was like a word I would have heard back in the movies, like in the 50s or 60s, like a term of endearment for like your wife or something, or vice versa. And we would make fun of like, oh, Pookie, or you're making fun of somebody who's in love. I remember you'd see that on TV shows and they'd be like, oh, Pookie schmoogums, and they'd do like kisses and stuff. So it was always a joke thing. And I think that's where this is coming from for them, but they're actually using it for real, like as a term of endearment, like a term describing something cute or adorable. That would have been what we kind of grew up with. Or
terms of endearment.
Yeah. Don't cry, dude. You're a sensitive soul. Pet name for a daughter or a pet. I don't know why the boys don't get called Pookie.
Yeah, I'm also interested as to why
they just get called
it's,
son of a bitch.
Like it's, I'm also interested as to why it's okay to equate your daughter with an animal, but not your son. Anyways, go ahead.
And this is what
tomato potato.
You're almost there, dude. Almost got you trained. A nickname for a lover or partner, or a nickname for a best friend, and that's what she said. Her name was Kai. And that's exactly what she said. That was just the normal
Google definition.
Pookie was used to refer to a crack pipe or crack user.
I mean, Garfield was really addicted to that teddy bear.
On Urban Dictionary, a nickname which you call your best friend or someone you really love. A nickname that many people use for their best friend.
It feels too cutesy to use for your best friend.
Oh my God. One Pookie without the other Pookie is nothing. They are cute together, poop each other's noses, and love being weird. Together they are themselves. Though they are complete opposites, their personalities balance out, and together they will grow for the rest of their lives. Nothing else matters when the Pookies are together. I don't know what I just read.
It sounded like either side of the yin yang symbol booping each other's noses. I think that's what I heard.
I feel like we should boop each other's noses a little more often. A name used for a girlfriend who is the best girlfriend in the world. So do I have to start calling my wife Pookie?
Maybe. I mean, only if you want to jump in on this word.
It must be a Southern California thing, but here Pookie means a tweak pipe. I guess they're also called crack pipes. Another variation is just calling it a pook. Now, I take a pook every morning.
I don't think that's what you're taking.
Have you ever peeked at your pook? We all look at our pooks.
Also, we're so far away from the Vietnam War that I think we can use the term pook, but
we can't. It didn't start with a P.
Or not so far away from the Civil War where we can use the term pook.
These just keep getting better. Pookie, a baby penguin, which also doubles to mean a crack pipe. Obviously,
how many times have you smoked out of a penguin?
Oh, that penguin's ass hit hard.
Why were you smoking it? The ass isn't the side you're supposed to be puffing on. I don't know how to smoke.
I do a reverse Pookie.
Interesting.
I kind of feel like I'm going to
ombre.
Reverse ombre. Yes. I kind of feel like I'm going to start trying to use this word.
Do you?
Yeah. Why not?
I
think my wife's going to hate it.
I also feel like you're going to try to start using this word because you like saying weird cutesy shit. It doesn't always come across as cutesy, so it makes it very confusing.
Depends on who I'm saying it to, right?
So I feel like I would get 2 opportunities to use this with my wife before she eventually said, stop fucking using that word. It's annoying.
I don't think you'd get the 2.
I think I'd get 2. I think she'd think the first one was an accident.
If you're all Pookie Pookie. Which is like my favorite sauce in Maui. The Pookie Pookie.
Yeah. I used to have a Pookie shell necklace.
I've taken a Pookie.
Do you remember Green Day's first album? Pookie?
That's the Jewish version, right?
Oh, wait, no, she was a character on Jersey Shore.
Snooki?
I'm surprised we didn't do Pookie for the Halloween episode because literally it's 1 letter away from a word that you use at Halloween.
We should have backed that up and just done Goosebumps, like you said.
Probably true.
We just didn't have time.
Do you remember when Limp Bizkit did it all for the Pookie?
I wish they'd do it all for the Pookie.
What's your favorite?
They should do.
What's your favorite blue character from Sesame Street? It's a Pookie Monster.
Just keep going, dude. I was kind of hoping Limp Bizkit would do an acoustic album and do it for the Pookie. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
That could be like the next big song at like weddings.
I remember that one time I went to a Pookie lounge, hit the pipe.
See, that's where the crack pipes come. This is kind of like what was the word for a gun that tripped me out?
Glizzy?
Yeah, glizzy. So I don't know. Pookie is for a crack pipe. Glizzy for a gun. Just don't get it.
I wonder who's going to win Pookie of the Year this year.
If it ain't you, I don't want to know. Pookie of the Year.
Pookie now.
Urban Dictionary just does not stop. I would like you to read the next definition.
I have experienced this one personally. Pookie, a fart. Okay, can I read what they actually meant to write because they messed up one of the words in their definition?
How does it sound when you read it their way first?
So it's a fart that crawls from your butthole up the front of your crotch, but I think they meant a fart that crawls from your butthole up the front of your crotch.
The crawls. No, that's what I call it.
The Crawls was that band I started in the late 90s.
No, the crawls is when you're trying to hold that fart in because you know it's gonna be more than a fart, and you're just trying to get that. It's like once you see the toilet, it's ready to come out. So you start slowing down, and it turns into a crawl.
Mm-hmm.
The crawls.
Crawls is that step before a shart. I rolled a Pookie in the car earlier, and now my balls stink. Is the phrase that goes with that.
Do you want to read it the correct way now?
Ooh, Pookie is the name that Garfield, the fat cat, gave to his loyal companion, Teddy Bear.
Why did they have to go after him like that?
Yeah, like he wasn't one of the 1%. He didn't own his own companies. Pookie, the words pie, cake, and cookie condensed into one word, used when unsure whether the pastry is pie, cake, or cookie, or if it is something of a hybrid.
My new favorite word.
I enjoy that. And I don't even want to be unsure. I want something that is all three pie, cake, and cookie.
Yeah, I think we just figured out our food
Pie,
truck.
cake, cookie.
Our food truck's going to be called the Pookie Lounge. Pookie this in your mouth.
Pookie, isn't that the deserted BJ's? No, that's Bazooki. Oh, this is a good one. Adjective commonly used in French Canadian language, more precisely Quebec, which is the only province that uses French. So that's why it would be French Canadian.
Oui, oui.
To describe an uncouth or scroungy looking person, usually a drunkard or a drug addict.
Yeah, sounds about right. There's a lot of them in Quebec.
That's going to be really messed up if Jen knows that definition and thinks that's how you're referring to her as Pookie.
As long as she doesn't think I'm calling her a shart, that's all I'm worried about.
Although she could also think this, a hardcore badass bitch that'll remove anything in her path.
Well, that kind of is my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no.
As this is based on real experience, a Pookie begins as a stolen word taken by my friend and is the best filler word for daddy, since you may lose a couple of friends if you call an associate of yours daddy. If you have the alpha urge to use the word daddy, just use Pookie instead. In reality, Pookie is just a fun word to use and is practically a filler word for anything.
So Pookie is becoming quite eventful.
Speed, methamphetamine, and or paraphernalia used to smoke meth.
See? Crack pipe.
That means I've seen plenty of Pookie in the park across the street from the house. Oh, this is for you, an annoying person that follows you around the internet.
Oh.
Generally,
so I can call you Pookie.
Generally, a Pookie will act like that guy in the crowd who gets drunk and yells things like, "You suck."
See?
This Pookie is hanging on my butt like a Klingon.
Told you. Klingon. Klingon's got to be one of our upcoming words.
Might as well be. An affectionate term for someone you love, one. Or two, a child's or baby's puke. Oh, did you Pookie again?
No. I would say that for if they shit themselves. I'd call that Pookie.
That cousin you call whenever drama happens. The cousin who is a goon and about that life. There's so many different definitions for Pookie.
Yeah, it seems pretty all-purpose word. But as it's being used now, it's obviously like back to what it used to be, like a term of endearment. Like
terms of endearment.
Don't make me cry, dude. Don't make me cry on the mic.
Fatal attraction.
No. Oh my God.
So using the best friend definition, you have
You are my Pookie.
Oh, man, I was really hoping we'd get it in a different direction.
All right, finish the sentence.
3 Pookies that you had growing up.
3 Pookies that I had growing up? Well, everybody hated me, so I had my invisible friend, Optimus Prime, Optimus Pookie.
Everybody's seen him. He was on a television show.
Yeah, but he's my friend.
Does he know that?
No.
If did everybody really hate you?
No. There was just like nobody in my town, dude.
They were all just doing math out of their Pookie.
I don't know. What do you want? You want like childhood friend growing up that I could consider a Pookie, which I would have never called him Pookie because I probably would have got beat up.
No, but I'm saying in hindsight, you can look back at like childhood best friends and be like, oh, that's my Pookie.
Okay.
Yes, you couldn't have said it then. I 100% agree with that.
I mean, I guess we could have if we were reading Garfield. I had...
Yeah, but when you're a kid, you don't understand like the correlation of those things, right?
I don't understand shit now, and I'm 50.
Man, ain't that the truth?
Pookie spelled with a Y, right?
No.
I had 2 childhood friends that were my best friends. One was Joey when I was younger, and one was Justin. And then I did have a female friend named Carrie who lived behind me. And for like 5-6 years there, she was my best friend. She was a huge Ziggy fan and a huge Garfield fan. She's the one that actually showed me Garfield the first time.
So she was a Ziggy fan.
She had Ziggy on her wall.
And she still got to be your friend, even though at the beginning of this episode.
Well, I didn't know I didn't like Ziggy back then until you see it. And then you're like, what the hell is Ziggy? I just thought it was a girl thing. Because she had like Wham on her wall and stuff. Like, you know, like a pink poster with guys wearing white shorts and stuff.
You don't like Ziggy?
No. But yeah, she introduced me to Garfield. And she was like really smart too. So I was like, she got Garfield back when I was like some dumb little kid.
Mm-hmm.
When I was just popping and locking. Because I used to break dance.
When did you stop being a dumb little kid? When you got older.
Still waiting.
Then you were dumb, but just not a little kid anymore.
Still waiting. You'd have to ask my wife about that because I don't know if I've made it there yet. I heard that kicks in around 67.
Yeah. Retirement age.
Yeah. So I got that to look forward to.
That's nice.
Yeah. Pretty good. What about you?
There it is. So
he doesn't even care about my answers. He just waits for his.
Yeah. Did you even give me 3? I don't care. Just let me.
No. I'm limited you to 1 because I took up all the time.
Oh, that's fine. Because
you can do 1 3 times though.
That's fine because there's only one that I think qualifies for me.
Don't say your wife.
No, we were talking about when we were kids. I didn't know my wife when we were kids.
All right.
Also, that would have been creepy. She's 7 years younger.
Don't say the priest that lived down the road from you.
Why would I say that?
Oh, that was Pookie.
Come on.
Prove me wrong.
I will prove you wrong because Pookie's a character from Super Mario Brothers.
No, Pookie is it's the horse for Gumby.
Also that.
Yeah. Before the other thing.
Well, I don't know about all that. Mm-hmm. Probably.
I had a Gumby shirt that he was camouflaged.
I love when we do this and you get to go ahead and give me your list and then you do everything you can to stop me from ever.
No, I just had something that was very clever and very funny. I had a Gumby shirt that he was dressed like Gumbo and it said Gumbo on it. And he had a machine gun and stuff.
Oh, do you not know what Gumbo is?
Yeah, but you know who Rambo is though, right?
Yes, and you know that Rambo has an A in it.
Yeah, but they named him Gumbo because it was Gumby. Did you even get the Garfield comics? I don't know if you were smart enough back then.
I'm smart enough to know that Gumbo is not funny.
Gumbo is not good either.
You're not good either.
All right, you started with your 3.
No, first of all, you told me I only get 1.
Which is 3.
No, it's fine. I only really have 1. Explains a lot about my childhood. Mm-hmm. No, Scott Hamilton.
Scott Hamilton, that's Luke Skywalker, right?
No. Scott Hamilton's the figure skater that's bald.
Was he bald back then?
Not my friend Scott Hamilton.
I like
although
Brian
he
Boitano.
Is also Scott.
Brian Boitano would have done fucking loop-de-lip shits around that dude.
Not Scott Hamilton. Scott Hamilton was a American hero.
Brian Boitano was an American hero.
No, he was a Canadian hero, first of all.
He was Canadian?
Not only was, still is, because Canadian.
Can you read, sucker?
Yeah, it lies. And says,
American folk hero. Is that what it said?
no, it says figure skater. But it doesn't matter because he's Canadian.
Did he move to Canada? Because he's born in America. Sunnyvale, California.
Jesus,
he's one of your boys, dude.
Born like down the street from where I
Just
grew up.
because he came out, it doesn't mean you have to ignore him.
It does mean I have to ignore him.
He's a beautiful man. See the butt on him? He must work out.
Jesus Christ.
All right, tell me about your Scott Pilgrim thing or whatever.
God, I really hope he doesn't listen to this podcast. He's going to feel super insulted.
He's dead now, right?
No, Scott. No.
You're on the verge of killing Vanderbeek right now. Did you see that shit?
I'm not on the verge of killing
You
Vanderbeek.
gave that dude anal cancer, dude.
You gave that dude anal cancer.
Dude, he might die tomorrow and we're laughing about it right now.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope he beats it too.
James Vanderbeek is a wonderful human being.
And he came out really classy with it. And he's dealing with his kids. And he says it's happening so fast that he kind of had to just handle it. So anyways, back to your Pookie.
So Scott Hamilton, who is not the figure skater, was my best friend growing up. When I started my new school, when we moved and I switched schools in third grade, like he was my best friend from third grade, pretty much until we were in high school.
So he was your friend, like for real?
Yeah, he was like my best friend. Not the figure skater, the kid that actually had the name Scott.
That's probably a really common name, though.
It probably is.
Yeah.
But it was funny to us because he was the only Scott Hamilton we knew other than the figure skater.
Could he ice skate? Could he rollerblade?
Yeah, he could rollerblade. We used to play roller hockey all the time.
Are you still in contact with him?
Not as much as I'd like to be. I know we're friends on Facebook, but he so after high school, we went to school from third grade until eighth grade. And then I went to Catholic high school and he went to Christian high school, neither of which were the high school that we were going to go to if we had stayed on the same path. And then I started doing sports and he started doing more band stuff anyways, we still hung out from time to time, but not as much. Like,
it's just like separate paths.
It was like pretty much 7 days a week from third grade through eighth grade.
Yeah.
Like I still call his mom and dad, mom 2 and dad 2. And I still follow them on Facebook and stuff too. But yeah, he moved to Missouri and then now I think he lives in Texas.
Oh,
but we don't really catch up at all. But we were best friends for a solid 6 years.
I blame you.
It's probably my fault.
It's only child syndrome. All right. So I'm thinking we wrap this up, call our wives Pookie for the next week and see who makes it all 7 days.
I'm going to lose.
You're going to lose as you're walking out the door tonight, right?
Let's go, Pookie.
I don't know. My wife probably won't like Pookie either. So I heard you had a poem for Pookie. Look at the wheels turn.
Love. Oh, wait, let's see.
Is it a haiku?
I'm trying to make a haiku, yeah.
A hi Pookie?
575, right? Love you, Pookie Bear. Music makes the world go round. Dreams come true with you.
Thank you very much.
Haiku.
Thank you. All right. Actually, this was a fun episode. I wasn't expecting to do Pookie today.
You gave me a list of words.
You could take that weird. I wasn't expecting to do Pookie today. But
I mean, again, you did Pookie earlier.
Oh, Pookie's not pregnant.
Didn't Weezer write a song about that?
Weezer?
Yeah.
Did they write one?
Yeah. Hash pipe.
Ah, that's the song I was thinking about, but I thought it was like, he'll think I'm stupid if I say hash pipe. It's like my favorite song from Weezer.
Really?
Yeah, I love that one. That was the first song Livy loved from Weezer, so kind of has that like sentimental pookiness for me. Sentimental pookiness is my new name. My new nickname on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
A Pookie cast. Oh, I just don't, it doesn't ever turn off, dude.
I just don't know when to stop, and we can all tell that you don't know when to stop.
Should I stop now?
Yeah, probably.
All right. All our listeners, you're all Pookie to me.
Both of you.
Hmm?
Just based on the numbers we've seen recently.
I blame you.
Why? Is it because I got too into that one episode?
Mm-hmm.
And
you got all Pookie up in that episode.
You left all my stuff in and took all your stuff out.
Well, it was pretty much all right. Anyways. Okay, cool. Fun word this week, and I guess hopefully you guys will join us next week.
Yeah, I'm Mookie.
And I'm Dookie. Nice. And this is Hookie with your Suki out.
I don't think you can say that on the air.
Nobody listens to this anyway. Is that the line?
It's pretty close.
It's close, right?
Yeah.
You can't say goddamn.
Who gives a shit? Nobody's listening anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Later, you slangers. What I'm saying is when those are gone, that's
awesome. Ooh, oh, there you go. You can hear me now.
Were you not recording? Because that would be amazing.
No, it's just I don't know why that had to be reset. Because I'm like way turned up right here. So all the ladyboy stuff we got to do again.
I mean, you do love doing ladyboys more than once.
See, now you can barely see you.
You can never see me. Like, this is a thing.
Okay, John Cena.
That shouldn't have been funny.
never really is.
No, it's funny every time. Every single time.